Hi, this is Steve Cox here with Redesign. We're here on a job in Sicklerville, New Jersey, where this customer hired a contractor that installs windows, replacement windows, somebody that we all know, you hear on the radio all the time, very reputable company that you would think. But honestly, that's not the case here. Get a little closer here, we'll show you. This window here, all the capping, everything looks fine from the outside, but as we get into it a little bit deeper, we'll show you exactly what's going on in here. So if you come around the corner here, excuse the cameraman here, but what you can see is I can stick my hand in here, and that is actually the sheetrock of the house on the inside. So also, there's no wood or anything in here. This house had 1x4s going around it, which should have been capped, you know, with actually wood, but this is just hollow cap. It's all just aesthetics to make the homeowner think that it looks good on the outside. So, like I said, you shouldn't be able to see inside the house, because if water can get inside this channel here or this caulk fails, you know, the caulk is just a precautionary measure. The house should not, the window should not, the window should be watertight before anybody puts any kind of caulking or any kind of capping on it. So as you can see, if this capping wasn't here and it rained, it's going right in that hole, right in that house, and rotting out the wall from here on down. So once we get it open a little bit more, we'll show you what happens after we take this siding off. Okay, now we got it exposed here. So let me explain a little bit something here to you. We have a replacement style window, which is made to go in an old wood frame. So if you have an older house and you have wood windows with wood sashes, brick molding around the outside with a sloped sill, that's what this particular window is made for. In a situation like this, the old window that they took out had a flange that covered this space here and gets nailed into the framing member around. They took a window out with a flange and replaced it with a replacement window, because what happens is these guys have subcontractors that they hire. Subcontractors get paid per window, so obviously it's a lot easier if you don't have to mess with any of this flange. You can just cut everything out that you want, stick the window in, put some screws in the side, and you just got paid for that window. So, you know, now I'm showing you why this is the wrong way. Also, this customer bought these windows with an upgrade, low E argon glass. That is raises the U factor of the window, makes the window more energy efficient, so sun and glare doesn't heat up the room in the summer, and vice versa in the winter. Now, let's say you have a perfect window for energy efficiency. Okay, maybe the glass here is perfect, but what happens is the installation is not. So right here, you have this big space, like I said, where you can stick your hand in here, going around the whole window. So the R factor that you have here is 0. So now you have perfectly balanced windows for summer and winter, and 0 R factor here. So all around the window is all conducted to air leaks. So really, the window that they had in here that didn't have the special glass, the low E argon, all that, was actually more energy efficient than what they have now, because now they have wind infiltration going around here and just making the house even colder in the winter. So just to demonstrate a little bit more, bang that through there. This is right from the inside right to the outside. So the only thing that was stopping this was a little bit of caulk, as you can see. So, not to mention that all the, not to mention just air goes through here. Water infiltrates through here as well. So the water gets in here between this caulk joint, runs down. Now we have rotted plywood here, and as we expose a little bit more, I'll show you how bad it gets. But the other thing that keep in mind, that this Tyvek here is what actually keeps the water from rotting out your house and getting inside. The siding is just kind of like a, you know, for aesthetic reasons, it stops with splash and stuff like that, but water does get behind the siding, and the Tyvek or a tar paper or anything like that will stop that from happening. So it all should be overlapped in a shingle fashion where water sheds from one to the next. So now you got water coming in here, and this should be flashed on top like this, but what's actually happening is the water's coming down and it's going behind here. So if I pull that back, you can see, you know, we'll expose it in the future here, but you'll see that it's already rotting it out now. So this whole thing should have been flashed with Tyvek before, and then the proper window should have been installed. Okay, so now we got it finally exposed here, and the plywood, as you can see, is pretty rotted. All this was water damage in here. So over here would be, we call that pretty stable plywood. Over here, we call that rotted plywood. So these are all the things that happen when you have the wrong guy put the wrong windows in your house. Now, you wouldn't even know that this was happening unless, you know, this particular guy, it took 3 years for him to find out actually water was coming in the house. This has been going on since day one. Since this window was installed, it's been going on. All the insulation's damaged, the drywall is damaged, and as you can see, the plywood. Okay, now we're on the same job, different window. We're up top on a second-story window. Same situation, the windows were put in the same way. Replacement windows in a new construction application. And you can see here, it's all rotted out. Once again, all this is just destroyed. Take a look up here. This window sill here is all same deal, rotted out. So all this water is just transferring down, wetting the sheetrock here, and transferring down the house, and you know, rotting everything from this point down. Same on this corner here. All this is still same deal, all out, all rotted in here. So just another example of why to use the right windows.